And I'm at the MB Ice Arena watching the Chicago Blackhawks practice, and you are watching Post to Post.
Hello and welcome to Post, the channel where we discuss all things hockey and all teams. Rant time.
Rant time.
You've got a rant primed and ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
It's about the CBC.
Hockey Night in Canada. Rogers Sportsnet as well, because they now share the same crews and cameras and all that. So CBC has it on their channel. Rogers Sportsnet has it on their channel. It's hard to point the fickle finger of blame at just one of them. So you're all in on it. You're all in on it.
So this is a video that kind of involves us and you and everyone. It's the viewer of the games who watch these games on TV.
Yeah.
And what you see on TV, or more importantly, what you don't see.
Yeah, exactly. One of the things, as any regular viewer of the channel will know, is that I focus a lot on how the game is delivered to us as consumers.
Right.
Through TV media, through advertising, whatever it might be. So when I see something, I get annoyed enough to a point where I say something here, if you'll let me, or elsewhere. If
I'll let you.
So I've talked about how they have bad mic placement, so people banging on the glass can disrupt the audio. I've talked about how they have too many camera shots from the corner and all that kind of stuff. Today, it's about missed opportunities to show us the damned hockey game.
Which is something we've kind of spoke about before a little bit, but
I've actually quantified it.
You're talking just face-offs here?
Just face-offs.
Everything?
Only face-offs.
Okay, so just face-offs.
And I've quantified it. I was watching the Vegas-San Jose game last night. We're filming this after Game 5.
Saturday.
Right, on Saturday. And it just dawned on me while I was watching. It's like, we came back to the play and they were already playing. We missed the face-off. So after the game was over, I had some free time after I came back from breakfast with my buddies, and I still had it on the PVR. I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sit down, I'm going to make notes.
That's dedication.
And I did. I counted every single face-off in the entire game.
Wow.
Which face-offs we saw and which ones we didn't see, and what were we watching when the face-off happened, why we didn't see it.
Okay, so I that's a frustration of mine as well, watching games. Can I at least make a guess?
Please.
As to percentage? I don't know your numbers. I didn't.
Yeah, that's fine.
All I knew is that you wanted to film this video about face-offs and CBC. I would guess that we miss about 30% of face-offs.
It's more than that.
It's more than that.
It's more than that.
I was being pretty harsh right there with my opinion.
No, it's more than that. It's probably closer to 40. And for me, missing one face-off in an entire hockey game is unacceptable.
One too many.
One too many. And here's you know what the first face-off they missed?
The first one?
The opening face-off. The first period. They were showing the crowd doing the white towel wave and all that. And it was all in there. Very nice.
Which is cool.
Which is cool. But they had showed them for 12 or 13 seconds. So I know what a crowd looks like. I know what this looks like. So now it's time to get down the ice, boys and girls. And when it went down to the ice, they were already playing. So we missed the opening face-off of a Stanley Cup playoff game.
As a general hockey fan, you probably are okay with that. But as someone who watches hockey so intently, and not just watches who has the puck, but who doesn't have the puck, who's matching up against each other.
I want to see the positioning. I want to see everything.
Whose leg is in front of the other? Which winger has their leg in front of the other? It's all of that stuff. It's important to people like us, and probably the more in-depth hockey fan who sees the little things, and we don't see those little things a lot because of CBC. So
exactly, and hopefully, I've not noticed this with NBC, but I'm not sure it doesn't happen there as well. I'm guessing it doesn't, but I don't know. I would like to think that NBC with a bigger budget and actually singing for their supper, they don't depend on taxpayers' money. Maybe they try harder. I don't know.
Your analogies and your sayings these past couple of days, singing for your supper,
water on the beans,
water on the beans,
the bee's knees. Bob's your uncle.
I know that one.
Now the next time they missed one was 15 minutes and 59 seconds. They missed a face-off because they were showing a replay. 10 minutes and 55 seconds left in the first period. They missed one because they showed a replay, and then they showed a live shot of the bench. So they were out of the replay. Like, there's obviously equipment issues here that you can't switch too quickly. But, of course, if you recall, I don't know what NBC does, but on CBC, when they go into a replay or out of a replay, they have this 1 second graphic that spins on the screen. That's 1 extra second of not a replay and not the damn game. We're looking at a stupid graphic that has that on it.
A transition. Yeah.
A transition. And it's like, it does nothing.
I don't mind
nothing.
it. I don't mind it.
Well, I mind it when it blocks me from watching what I
agree
want
with
to watch.
that, but I like the transition.
What I paid for to watch with my tax dollars and my cable bill.
My aesthetic millennial status likes shiny, pretty things.
9:54 left in the first period. They went to the weather in Vegas.
Oh, that's most important.
Yeah. They came out of a break. They talked about the Vegas odds for the Golden Knights as they have changed through the very beginning of the season, making the playoffs, winning the cup and all that. When they finally got to the play, 4 seconds had elapsed since the faceoff. So this isn't just you see guys starting to be in motion.
4 seconds.
4 seconds.
Yeah.
A lot can happen in 4 seconds, as some hockey teams will tell you that have scored in 1.3 seconds.
Well, I think LA scored in 1.7 or something like that this year.
There you go. 4 whole seconds. And that 4 seconds in hockey is a long, long time. That's time for the puck to go from one end of the ice to the other. And we're not watching it. Why? What is wrong with the timing of these ding-dongs that are sitting in the truck? We missed it because they were showing a pan of the bench at 9:43. The very next face-off at 9:29. We missed it because they were showing a replay and then a close-up of Marc-Andre Fleury.
Love the close-ups.
Oh, great. I want to count every pore, every nose hair, and every drip of mucus.
It's very important to me to know how many nose hairs each goalie has. I'm keeping statistics, everything I need to know.
6 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first period. They missed because they were showing a promo for CBC app on your phone, and then they had a replay after that, and then they panned the bench live, showing people, horking and snotting and doing whatever they do.
Yeah.
And then when they got back to the face-off, it was already underway. And I was very generous with them. There was a couple of times when they got back and the puck was in motion out of the linesman's hand. I counted that as a good face-off catch. So I wasn't really overly...
Still annoyed, but
okay.
Given the benefit of the doubt.
Yep. Showing a close-up of Peter DeBoer, 3 minutes and 39 seconds left. Showing a close-up of Martin Jones's face, 1 minute and 34 seconds left. A promo for the CBC TV app, a close-up of Gerard Gallant, missed 3 seconds after a high-sticking penalty, 1 minute and 20 seconds left. And then they missed at 51.1 seconds after a close-up of Carlson. They missed with 3 seconds left. This was after the goal had been scored. They were showing so much replays, they missed another 3 seconds of that play. Guess what? There was 3 seconds left in the period. So basically the period ended. We didn't even get to see the period end. When it came back to it, they were all skating to the bench.
All right. Okay.
So that's just the first period. There were a total of 19 face-offs.
That was just the first period?
That's the first period.
Oh, I thought that was the whole game.
No, man. This was the worst of the 3. First period, there were 19 face-offs. We missed 12 of them.
Wow.
We only saw 7 face-offs in that coverage on CBC in the first period of that game. It's unbelievable.
Okay. Wow. Oh, page turner. This is a page turner, folks.
I won't go through each individual one. But in the second period, there were 11 misses and 14 shown face-offs. For a total of 25 face-offs, we lost 11.
Okay, so they've improved in the second period.
A little bit. But all of the good was in the first part. Until about the first 5 minutes in, there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 face-offs. We got to see them all.
And then the rest of the period's pretty much
The rest of the period's a mess
Yeah.
after that. So they got a bit of a head start there. Third period, the same thing. The first 8 or 9 face-offs, right to about 12, 13 minutes left in the game, we got to see, but then they start missing.
Less replays to show at the beginning.
Well, that's probably a lot of it. Here's the overall total. 19 shots in the first period, or face-offs in the first period, 25 in the second period, and 26 in the third period. That's a total of 70 face-offs. We missed 30 out of the 70.
30 out of the 70.
Yeah. So that's about 40, probably in the low 40s percentile-wise.
Wow.
I'm not going to say unacceptable. I think it's gross. I just think it's gross that they can't get their act together to the extent, with all these highly paid people, to make sure that the camera is on the linesman, or at least on the lined-up players getting ready for the face-off, every single time there's a face-off. Mm-hmm. And here's why. I'm not the only person who thinks this way. Louie DeBrusk, color commentator, said in the first period, at the 4 minute and 5 second left mark, face-offs are so important in this series.
Agreed.
I agree with you, Louie. How come you don't tell the people you're working with, Louie, to show the face-offs if they're that frigging important? I don't have a mic to drop, so I'll drop my pen.
Here's the thing. Burger King recently got rid of the Tender Crisp. They did that because people complained. Now they have something new. It's called the Crispy Chicken or whatever. We can't complain to CBC. There's not a venue of complaining. There's no form to fill out. There's no person to contact. There's nothing. We don't have a choice in this. We are stuck with it because they think that they know what they're doing, or if they think they know what's best. Mm-hmm. And as viewers, there's a lot of frustration out there. And I know it's not just us.
No,
I know it's not just us.
And because of the way the NHL runs the broadcasting contract, there's no competition for that game. Occasionally, sometimes, the CBC will have its own broadcaster on a Saturday afternoon, and NBC will finally have a broadcast on the main network that we can watch instead. So we occasionally have a tiny choice, but usually we don't. You're right.
So there's nothing we can do about it, really, other than make this video,
and raise awareness.
Raise awareness.
The next time you're watching a CBC video, now I don't know if the Boston-Tampa series, there was missed face-offs there as well, but I have a bit of a life. I didn't want to actually archive all of those. It takes about an hour to do it right, so I don't have time for that one. But there are missed face-offs there too, so I don't know if it's a crew thing or
I don't know.
A widespread disease,
a global,
in the CBC. But for me, if I were running the broadcast operations for Rogers Sportsnet and the CBC, I would penalize the workers for every missed face-off in the broadcast. I would rather watch players stand around for 5 seconds not getting a face-off and hearing the music going and stuff, and then watch the face-off than watch a close-up of some guy in the bench. I'll give you one example, at 5 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first period. There was a botched face-off attempt. You know how they often will do that. They'll, my fault, I shouldn't have tried to drop the puck.
Yeah.
When that face-off happened, they were focused in on Tuck, Alex Tuck, who was sitting on the bench. They focused in on Tuck. When they went back to the face-off, it was already underway, but it screwed up.
Right.
So they're going to reset. They go back to Tuck, and then the next face-off botches again. So we missed the botch the second time. But we go to it in time to see it not happen. Mm-hmm. They go back to Tuck a third time, and they're still on Tuck's face when the real face-off happens. When we go back, the play's underway.
Dang.
So who's in love with Alex Tuck?
I don't know.
And the CBC crew.
Tuck him in.
That thinks that that's a face that we need to see 3 times, to the extent that it's almost like they said, listen, we're going to make sure we miss this face-off.
Yeah.
So let's keep showing Tuck until the face-off happens.
It is. It's almost like it's intentional. So here's the question I'm going to pose to you guys, or the request I'll pose to you guys. The next time you're watching a game, have a little piece of paper next to you and count all of the face-offs that you miss. Now, this will depend on the broadcast that you see, obviously, because if you're an American, you won't necessarily watch the CBC feed like we do. You may see a different...
See NBC, SN,
or whatever, Nesson, or whatever you're watching.
Yeah.
But let us know in the future, in the comments, on whatever video. If it's a game recap video, that's cool. Let us know if you do count the face-offs that you missed. Let us know of like 70 face-offs, there were 13 that we missed.
Even if you don't have the total number of face-offs. If you missed 6 face-offs in the first period and 5 face-offs in the second,
something like that.
That would be helpful. And tell us what network you're watching on.
Yeah.
So we can see if it's a disease or not.
Yeah, because we read all the comments.
Yep.
So that'd be something I'm going to look for in the comments. If you guys, if you're going to watch the game anyway, might as well have a little piece of paper next to you and keep this a trend. Start this to be a trend in the comments. I'd like to see that if you guys don't mind. I think we can leave it there unless you have anything else.
No, I think you and me and Louie DeBrusk, the 3 of us, want this changed.
I agree. All right, guys. Thanks for watching this video. Appreciate it. If you did like it, hit the like button. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. And we'll see you in the next one. Adios.